Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited to be going through my Todoist year in review and looking at how productive was I in 2020. I have a real mixed relationship with productivity, but it's a word that we understand. You know what I mean. How much shit did I get done in 2020? So Todoist is this to-do list app that I use. This isn't sponsored, this is just the app that I use and I like it, I enjoy it. And one thing that I really love about it is that they give you a year in review and I love this shit. And let me tell you, it has been maybe at least a week since the Todoist year in review came out and me filming this, and I haven't looked at it. And oh boy, has that required a lot of self-control. It's just been sitting there in my Todoist app just being like, your year in review is ready. And I'm like, I want to look at it so bad, but I haven't filmed yet. But now is the time. I'm very excited. Okay, so greetings from Todoist, year in review. Hannah is saying goodbye to 2020. Yes, she is. Hannah completed 1,516 tasks in 2020. That is an average of 4 tasks per day. Not bad. I think they count weekends in this because obviously you can like add stuff to your weekends and I don't really have many tasks on my Todoist for the weekend. 28 per week and 126 tasks per month. 4 tasks per day seems pretty chill. Like my days feel a bit more busier than that, but maybe if it's not counting Saturday and Sunday when I basically have nothing on my lists, then it would be different. Oh, these postcards are cute, but also they're making me sad because like when was the last time I saw a postcard, went traveling, sent someone a postcard, someone sent me a postcard. Ooh, 35% of their tasks were top priority. So this is something that is new to me from last year. So my like, how productive was I in 2019? Only towards the end of 2019 had I started using the priority filters. So there's no priority and then like 1, 2, and 3. But this year, as you can see, none of the tasks I completed were no priority at all. I like to give everything a priority level. It's really interesting to me though that 34 of them were low priority, but I think it's because I did a big shift, like maybe halfway through the year, halfway through 2020. So I used to have on my to-do list as repeated tasks every single day, and they were the blue one, the lowest priority 3. Those repeated daily tasks were read and Instagram. And so every day on my to-do list was like read and post something on Instagram, and it was just there as like a reminder because I wanted to read every day. And also at that point in my life I also felt the pressure to post on Instagram every day. Then when the pandemic hit, I added another daily recurring task, which was go outside, which was like very well meaning and it's very important, but I needed to remind myself. However, about halfway through the year, and I think I talked about this in my like habits video about habits that I'd changed during the pandemic, I just scrapped them. Like it was stressing me out seeing those 3 daily recurring tasks there, and it just wasn't making me feel happy. It wasn't making me actually like want to do those things. And then also my relationship with Instagram was changing, so I didn't even like want to post on there every day. I hated feeling that like pressure and that need to. So I have a feeling that most of that 34 are those daily repeated tasks from like the first half of the year. Because now when I look at my to-do list, like pretty much everything is like red or orange. I should probably change that though. I need to be better at figuring out actually what the priority is. Because if everything is top priority or like second, then it can be a bit difficult to figure out what to do if you run out of time in the day. Not a lot of things get low priority for me these days, and maybe I need to do that. Right, Hannah's most productive month was April. I feel like my most productive month was April in 2019 as well. That's kind of weird. And also like, that was like full on lockdown month. Oh, but let's think about it. I added go outside. So I had those 3 recurring daily tasks that I was like ticking off on top of work. So that's actually probably why April was the most productive, because every day there was at least 3 tasks that were getting ticked off, even on weekends. And then there's this little spike in August. Not sure what's going on there. but we have this little boop. What was my least productive month? July. What happened in July? I'm like, what was I not doing in July? Maybe I was going outside more, like lockdown had eased a bit. September is also a really low one. That is the month that we got married and went on a honeymoon, so there was like a good chunk of that month I wasn't working. So there we go. But even like ignoring individual months, if we just like look at the year as a whole, it's like super productive for the first half of the year and then it drops. So I think that drop is when I stopped counting those daily recurring tasks. That's the only thing I can think of it is, because it's like huge. It's just like boom, boom. Like the first 6 months of the year is very different to the second, but I don't feel like I was any less productive during those 6 months. Hannah accomplished the most on Tuesdays. Interesting. So Tuesdays are the day that I film videos most of the time because my partner goes into work like 2 days a week, and so I reserve those days for creating content, so like filming or podcast recordings, things that I need privacy for. And Tuesdays is one of those days, so I'll always have in my like to-do list like film this video on top of other stuff that needs to get done. Oh, and also on Tuesdays there's always like post video, so that I also have like regular recurring tasks that are like post video. So there are like key days where there's always like stuff happening. Hannah's productivity often peaked at 4 p.m. I feel like last year it was 6 p.m, but this makes a lot of sense to me because there's something about 4 o'clock. I think because on the days where I'm posting videos, 4 o'clock is roughly the time that I post them, and then my brain shuts off, even though like I could keep getting shit done until like 6, but my brain is just like, la 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 la, it's the end of the day. But also this isn't telling me actually what time of day I'm the most productive, it's telling me what time of day I ticked things off. So I tend to like tick all of my recurring tasks about posting videos around 4 p.m. There's nothing else that I really have on my to-do list that repeats, that has a specific time. But I was also really productive. There's another peak between like 10 and 12. So that seems more like me, like between 10 and 12 is like my peak productivity. My most productive day of the year was the 17th of February. I completed 15 tasks on that day. Okay, this is before lockdown, and also I think I was traveling that day. So the 19th of February is my birthday, and I was in Istanbul for my birthday this year for a work trip. Oh no, I travelled on the 18th. Okay, so that makes sense. I went to Istanbul on the 18th, and then as soon as I got back from Istanbul, I immediately went to VidCon. So because I had this like full-on week of travel, I can see why the 17th would have been like a big day of like ticking things off my list, because there would have been a lot of work that I would needed to gotten done before I went away. Oh, what's that life like? Needing to get work done before going away. But yeah, most productive day, 17th of February, downhill from there. I postponed most tasks on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. I'm trying to think why this might be. Maybe because if I've got other things that I need to get done that isn't filming on a Tuesday, filming always takes priority. And then also things that I do on a Tuesday is record podcast intros and write my newsletter. And for a while during the pandemic, I was writing my newsletter every week. Now it's every other week. So there was always like these absolutely have to get done tasks on a Tuesday. So filming the videos, recording podcast intros and newsletter. And then I would often like have other stuff on my to-do list that I would need to get done, and then I would bump them. At the end of the day on Tuesday, I'd be like, nope, move. Their longest daily streak was 24 days from the 9th of May to the 1st of June. I think when I set up my to-do-list, I had to put in a daily goal, and so I said 5. So is this like how many days in a row I completed 5 tasks? Or just how many days in a row I completed all of my tasks on said day? But it's telling me what my daily goal was, so I think that's what it's referring to. 24 days. 9th of May to the 1st of June. Don't know what that means, but cool. Including weekends? What was I doing? Like 5 tasks a day on the weekends? Their longest weekly streak was 9 weeks, from the 30th of March to the 31st of May. Wow, okay, so this is telling me that lockdown made me productive. So literally from the beginning of lockdown, for about 2 months, I was on it. I was completing 30 tasks per week. The thing is that you don't actually know if from this I'm a really productive person, because I could be writing shower, eat breakfast. You know, you don't know what I've got on my on my to-do list. I don't have those things on my to-do list, but still, like, I just want to put that out there, that even if I'm completing lots of tasks, you don't know how hard or easy these tasks are, basically. They completed tasks on 309 days of the year. Ooh, okay. How many weekend days are there of the year? How do I work this out? Is that basically like most days other than weekends? But just looking at this, so this is January to June, you can see that it's more like faded out Sunday and Saturday. It gets a lot more sparse towards the end of the year. But that's, I think, because of those repeated daily tasks that we scrapped. Oh, and then I collected a bunch of karma points, which I don't really understand what they are or what they do, but they're like Todoist's karma points or something. I think if you pay for Todoist, like if you get like the paid features, maybe you can do something with them, I don't know. But I ended the year as a grandmaster. Ooh. Top 6%! Everything that I achieved puts them in the top 100,000 of all Todoist users in 2020. I'll take that. Top 6%. Give me a sticker. I've achieved. So there we have it, my Todoist year in review. How productive was I in 2020? I think the results are like, I already work from home, so my job didn't change that much. So I think my productivity, or like my ability to get stuff done, didn't change too much, and that like big drop was just me scrapping these daily tasks that I was just like, fuck it. I have actually since, because I've just started using Notion, and a few of you have asked for a Notion tour, but I'm not ready yet. I need it to become part of my routine. But one of the things that I have started in my Notion, and we'll see if I continue, is a habit tracker, and things like read and go outside are on my habit tracker. But so far I'm really enjoying having a separate place to track those habits instead of giving it space in my to-do list, because my to-do list is like, these are tasks, these are things that have to get done, and my habits are things that it's like, it would be good to track and like see if I'm doing these every day, but I don't really use the habit tracker to hold me accountable to do those things, especially like this first month that I'm doing it. I'm just more kind of like going about my normal life and seeing what that looks like, and then maybe going forwards trying to improve, but we shall see. I'd love to know, do any of you also use Todoist? How did your year in review look, and were there any like big shifts that you noticed during the pandemic, during the year? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!